If we were standing in the tack room right now, you and me, no cameras, and you said, I'm embarrassed of my numbers, here's what I'd tell you. If you're a trainer, horse body worker, if you're a horse trainer, body worker, equine practitioner, or tack shop owner, and your money system is some mix of swiping the card and hoping it goes through, avoiding your accounting app, dreading tax time, you're not alone. You're just normal. And you're also stuck. This video is what I'd say to you privately in the barn aisle about being ashamed of your numbers and what actually needs to change so you can stop carrying that around. I'm not going to teach you how to click through QuickBooks or set up a chart of accounts line by line. That's how. It only helps the tiny fraction of people who are ready to do that right now and have the tools. I want to teach you about something, what it really means to be embarrassed of your horse business numbers, and why that shame sticks to horse business owners so easily, and what to do at a high level so you can finally look at the truth without wanting to crawl out of your skin. Once you see that, you can decide what how looks like for you. When I talk to horse business owners, professionals, trainers, body workers, saddle fitters, tack store owners, this is usually how it goes. They're confident talking about movement, feed, fitting, behavior. But when money comes up, the voice drops. Honestly, my numbers are a mess, or I don't really know what I make. I'd be mortified if anyone saw my books. I've had my own versions of that, logging into accounts only when I absolutely had to, hiding certain charges from myself, telling myself I'm just not a numbers person, I'm a horse person. Here's what I learned the hard way. The embarrassment isn't about the numbers. It's about what we make them mean about us. When you're embarrassed of your horse business numbers, here's what usually sits underneath. If I look, I'll find out I'm a failure. Everyone else seems to be handling this. What's wrong with me? I help so many horses. Why am I living month to month? So you avoid the reports, you avoid talking about it, avoid charging what you need to charge. And the shame feeds on the dark. You know just enough to feel bad. You know you should separate business from personal. You know you should track profit, not just sales. You know you should raise your rates. But you don't feel ready for the step-by-step how. So you stay in the worst possible place. Not blind, not clear, just vaguely guilty and confused. That's not a numbers problem, that's a perspective problem. Your numbers are not a report card on your worth as a personal trainer or practitioner. They're not proof that you're bad with money. You're stupid. You don't deserve success. They're just a story about how your current business design trades time, skill, and risk for money. If the story sucks right now, it doesn't mean you suck. It means the design does. And you're allowed to change the design. When you see your numbers that way, embarrassment shifts to curiosity. Wow, this is the story I've been living. Is this the story I want to keep telling? If we were just standing there with coffee and the smell of leather, this is what I'd walk you through. First, you're not behind. You're just not measuring the right game. Most horse business professionals compare themselves to the barn on Instagram, the trainer who posts sold out clinics, the tack shop that seems busy all the time. But what you don't see, their debt, their margins, their owner pay, their burnout. You're judging yourself on a highlight reel and a bank balance. The real game is, can this business pay for your life you want and the care you want to give your horses sustainably? You can't know that without numbers. You're not behind in some cosmic race. You're just trying to ride cross country with your eyes half closed. The shame is a sign you care, not that you're broken. If you didn't care, you wouldn't feel embarrassed. You just keep blundering along with that pit in your stomach, that feeling you get when you think about opening your statements. That's the same part of you that double checks a horse's leg when something feels off, looks again at a saddle fit that's probably fine. It's your system saying, something here doesn't match what we're saying about. Something here doesn't match what we say we're about. That's not a reason to avoid, it's a reason to investigate. You don't have to go from ashamed to accountant, just avoid having to go from avoid to aware. You just have to go from avoid to aware. A lot of horse business owners think, if I open this door, I'm signing up for a whole new identity. I'll have to be Miss or Mr. Spreadsheet. No, awareness doesn't mean you have to do everything yourself. It means you stop being scared of the truth. You see the pattern in black and white. You get to choose whether to keep it or fix it. Then you can decide, do I want to learn this? Do I want to hire this? Do I want a simple tool to handle it? But trying to skip awareness and jump straight into tactics is why most horse business education doesn't stick. I'm not going to walk you through line by line accounting. Instead, here's what to do conceptually if you're embarrassed of your numbers. Decide on one tiny truth window. Pick one day a month, 1 hour, where you agree with yourself, for this time, I'll look at money without running away. You're practicing tolerating reality, not mastering Excel. Commit to see 3 things, not 300. For that window, the only thing you aim to know is roughly what came in, what went out, and what's left for you. That's it. You don't need perfect categories. You don't need everything reconciled. You need a shape of the story. Notice what that story brings up, and don't make it mean more. You might feel panic, anger, relief, numbness. Instead of fighting it, treat it like a horse spooking at a tarp. Oh, there's energy here. Good. Now I know where to work. That meaning is not, I'm hopeless. That meaning is, this is the first honest picture I've had. Now I have a place to start. Detailed how-to is only useful for the few people who are emotionally ready, have time, have tools, and are at the right stage. Everyone else gets overwhelmed or defensive, or they think, cool, I'll do that later, and never do. But what to do and why, looking at one small money situation for 1 hour with a different frame, applies to every trainer, bodyworker, practitioner, or tack shop owner who is tired of hiding. If you shift your relationship to your numbers from proof I'm bad to x-ray of how this business really works, you'll naturally start seeking and using the right how-to tools at the right time. If we were in the tack room right now and you whispered, I'm embarrassed of my numbers, I wouldn't hand you a spreadsheet. I'd look you in the eye and say, you're not alone. The shame is a sign you care. Your numbers are a story about design, not your worth. Then I challenge you. Pick one small truth window this month. Look at what came in, what went out, what was left for you. Don't flinch, don't dramatize, just see it. Because the day you can look at your numbers without looking away is the day you stop being at mercy of them. And that's when you stop being the embarrassed horse pro and start becoming the kind of owner who can build a business that takes care of you the way you take care of everyone else's horses.